Commodore.
1970.
Yeah. Chug. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Show, coming to you live from the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio right here in nasty, rainy Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. Wrestling Rob behind the glass. We got A5 doing some socials for us. We got Ashley probably mid-meeting. We got a full packed house here at the studio. And I hope everybody's doing well out there. I hope everybody enjoyed the garbage football game that it seems like we can't get a good Thursday night game. I think we've had one so far that I'm actually not saying proud of, just enjoyed.
It was worth watching.
It was worth watching. Last night, I once again was in my third dream in the fourth quarter. I totally just passed out and tried to figure out exactly how the game played out. But I saw that Carolina was up the entire time, watched the highlights, saw the box score, saw Baker Mayfield headbutt all his teammates, which was
a nerd.
What a dumb.
Unbelievable.
We're talking about concussions and player safety throughout the course of the entire NFL season. This guy's headbutting people.
That's not even where I'm going with it. Nobody cares about Baker Mayfield's safety or health at all.
Wow.
Not even those guys.
Wow. Okay.
I think there may have been a lineman that was probably like, you know what? Let's just get this over with once and for all. And might have delivered one blow back.
Good
just
one.
Sent him home. Sent him packing for
Sent
good.
him packing for good.
But yeah, what was Baker thinking? If you could count the cringeworthy moments in Baker's career, and the thing is, it's not like Russ, where I could say I think it's a gimmick, and even with Henry Cejudo and MMA, this dude's just cringe, and he's trying to be cool. That's the problem.
And he's doing the mustache thing. I think the mustache time has moved past. I think that's already done. Top Gun's already on DVD. You know what I'm saying? Like Blu-ray.
Is there DVD still?
I don't know.
Can you
Blu-ray,
get DVD?
DVD.
Was there
same
ever
shit.
really a thing? Was that ever really supposed to be?
Everybody was doing a
I
mustache
don't
during
do
that movie
mustache ever
time.
in my life. You do mustaches, Chris? You're not a mustache guy.
He's not even a beard guy. He's got the
is
shadow
the-
Do
going
you
on.
find
Dark
it
as you'll
weird
get.
though with the Panthers? I noticed I was watching the game
that they're winning. Yeah.
You know that too, but you would see Baker Mayfield on one side of the sideline, Sam Darnold on the other side of the sideline, PJ Walker when he's back
In the
sit on
game.
bench. Or that too, but because no, none of them are near each other.
They're all trying to win.
I
The
don't know.
job.
I don't know the dynamic of what's happening. I'm sure that there's some competitiveness to the three of them. I know Baker's on his way out. I don't think it matters. Nobody wants to hang out with Baker, so he may have been trying, but then Darnold and PJ were like, "Bro, leave us alone already."
That could
Yeah.
be true.
It's
too.
like a
You're not
kid
gonna
at a
be here
park.
next year, bro.
They're
Yeah.
not even gonna be here next week.
Yeah.
As soon as Darnold's ready to dress,
You can't imagine they carry three, right?
No.
Somebody's got to go.
No.
That team, there's no way. No way a roster spot's taken up by a third quarterback. So somebody's got to go. And I believe if I had a guess, so the Panthers don't look like they completely got egg on their face, they might cut Sam Darnold.
Why?
I think so
Because
too.
they already
That's the one
traded for Baker Mayfield. PJ Walker is your starter.
They also
You can't
traded,
carry three.
They traded for Sam Darnold as well. It's not like they were
Last
like,
year, flavor
yeah.
of the month is
Okay.
Baker Mayfield.
I
And
think
flavor of the year.
Sam Darnold is a better suit for a backup quarterback role than
I
Baker
agree.
Mayfield.
I
I don't
agree.
know that if you're sitting here and you're looking at things, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to make a move that's worse for the future of my franchise because I don't want to have egg on my face. No, that's bad. That's bad business. They better
Just
get
ask
rid of
Jerry
him.
Jones. She's like king of that shit.
Well, that's shitty.
it is.
That's not
It's
good.
like they don't want to be wrong, so they just stick around and stick to the plan.
Well, the Seahawks did that when they drafted Russell Wilson. They paid Matt Flynn all that money, and then
Very true.
And then Russell Wilson starts the season. You know
I
what
just
mean?
brought up Matt Flynn on the Jersey Boys podcast. You remember that game from 2013 with the Cowboys and the Packers came all the way back and won that game?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, unfortunate. If you want to support Chop Sports, you can do so by heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. That's how to do it. A $3, a $5, a $10 variation. We appreciate you guys wholeheartedly and appreciate the people that were involved in the Break Buds break last night, by the way. It was live on Instagram. It was not on YouTube. Have you decided or discussed about the fact that we're going to go live next Thursday for a
I
triple
have
mem
not.
break?
Have not discussed. Joe did say YouTube on the live yesterday, but I think it was a slip up because we had spoken about it literally 12 hours before, and I was the one that was trying to say YouTube, and he was sitting there saying, I don't know, I think it's just better Instagram. So we're gonna find out tonight.
Are you finding yourself with more views and engagement on Instagram when it's happening?
I find myself with less views, less engagement, but we make the same amount of money and it takes way shorter.
I still like the YouTube channel and the YouTube fun atmosphere that we have here.
I know.
And maybe it's me saying this because I've won every time you guys have had a show.
I also think that once football season ends, things will be a little bit easier on us and just me in general. Really, I just can't keep doing these hour-long shows on every Thursday. That's the problem.
Well, anyway, people, the people that were involved were able to get a signed Keenan Allen jersey and then a signed Austin Hooper jersey, which is now hanging in the bathroom. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what you did with it, but that's a Break Buds item now. But I will say also that congratulations to Nick, who broke his first items last night, a Doug Gilmour Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, which was dope, and then a signed puck by some French guy who's in the Hall of Fame. What's wrong? Why do you always do? Oh, you're looking for the thing?
Yeah, just don't worry.
Throw me off, man.
Dude, the Devils are like 9-3 right now.
I don't want to talk about the Devils. Fucking Devils. Yeah, I know they won last night. So did the Rangers. They won 8-2 last night. So the Rangers scored 8 goals in a professional hockey game. Go figure that one out. They're actually 2-2 going into the third. Scored 6 goals in the third period.
That's good for hockey, though. Good for the fans.
Oh, it is. And the Islanders are good, too. So the tri-state area is wonderful.
We're having a good year as far as sports.
So far, man, except for the debacle known as the New York Mets and the New York Yankees. Outside of that, New York sports has been pretty good.
They had a fun year, though. I mean, like, obviously, nobody wants to end that way.
Scoop, I'm going to I inherited Scoop last year as a Ranger fan, but now that the Devils have won 9 in a row, he's saying big fan of the New Jersey Devils.
It's 94.
Son of a bitch. You know what? I can't. Scoop, shut up. But me and Scoop
I wish
actually
everyone would shut up right about now.
Because they're the hockey. Right.
Enough, dude.
I know.
This
It's a
is
football lean Friday.
Lean Friday.
Yes, it is. It is, in fact, Lean Friday. Before we get to Lean Friday, we do talk about last night's game. Again, we talked a little bit about Baker Mayfield's antics after. We got ourselves a running back in Carolina, Dante Foreman. Man. He's beast mode.
300-yard games in the last 4. Atlanta's defense isn't really stopping anybody, but still, this guy's, I mean, I just said it, 300-yard games in 4.
Bro, you Carolina said that not only twice on this show, but twice on the Mojo show. You're really hammering that.
I'm going to start fucking tracking your repeats.
No. It wasn't a diss. It was like you're hammering it home.
He tweeted, he made a post yesterday, put plethora as like the first thing. I was like,
you got something wrong with the word plethora?
No.
It's a great word.
Just the plethora.
Educate yourself, Rob. Actually, you know what's funny, Rob? I shared it on our story this morning.
Plethora?
No. I shared. What is wrong with plethora?
It's that right there.
It's like
plethora.
It gives her like a.
What the fuck? What's wrong? I don't understand.
It's like hearing a chalkboard.
Listen to Ansel. You can use any other word, just don't use that one.
That's exactly what
it's like. Hearing the
it's
chalkboard.
Like the word. You know what? Are you feeling it? Like the word moist? Moist is a bad one.
That's what I thought of too, though, Dave. That's so funny that you said that.
It's educated. It's fucking educated. Basically, what she's saying is all you listeners out there are dum-dums, and you shouldn't be listening to the word plethora.
So, Dante Foreman's good, though.
Back to Foreman.
Right? Did you watch the game?
Abundance is in the same category as plethora. 100%.
You guys are making your English teachers like so proud right
I
now.
love my English teacher, by the way. Shout out to Mr. Sweet Tech, man. Love you, buddy. Hell yeah.
I just made a note to correct Dave's grammar every chance I get. And if he ever repeats himself.
All right, just keep writing. Keep going. As you're doing dash marks.
I didn't even do this game right there. I made a star.
What happened there, Rob?
The Falcons needed to win this game. Right? For that division, where that division is right now.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Even with a loss, they're still down a half a game. And now the Panthers out of nowhere are a game and a half behind first. So it's like I'm sitting here like the Panthers are waving the white flag. It's all over. The season's done. But here we are. Hold my beer. It's not over yet. PJ Walker doesn't want to go back to the XFL. He wants to win some games in the NFL, and he's getting it done. Foreman did well. Chenault had a great run. They had like 15 guys get a run, by the way, yesterday. So that's good. Their defense stood up. Mariota looked like shit, and we talked about it in the Mojo Market Report today. Is it time for Desmond Ridder? And you said no because Fox did a special on Mariota.
Bro,
Fox also did a special on Cooper Rush.
Yeah, it's not why I'm saying that they shouldn't go to Ridder is because they did a special. I'm just saying that you don't typically do a special on a player if he's not playing well, right? Mariota's played well up until last game. It was a Thursday night game. It was raining. Mariota's done well. Look at the metrics. I know that you're not an analytics guy, but if you look at the EPA and all the air yards and all that shit, Mariota was in the top 10. They were the only team in the NFL with 2 or more touchdowns in every week. You're going to bench a guy because he played like shit on a Thursday night game, which all quarterbacks have played like shit on Thursday nights, mainly, right?
Yeah.
You can go through the league. who's really played well. Any offenses, have they played well on Thursday? No.
No.
It's like a running thing now for like the past 3 years.
All the
and the weather was garbage. It was dog shit weather game. So
all the all the unders have been
pass.
slapping lately.
And the fact that him and Arthur Smith have a history that matters a lot.
So
too.
no
There's a
removal,
longer leash.
no Ritter this year at all because they're in it, right? Like technically they're in it.
Yeah, they're a game out. They're half a game out of first place. You're saying, and depending on what happens on Sunday, I don't know what the standings look like, but no team in this division is out of it right now, except for Carolina.
Looks like the NFC East.
I know
of
that they're not out of it, but
come on.
come on. I think Carolina, they're an injury or two away, and it's just completely over.
So are we just giving it to Brady? Do we think Brady will just
No,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I think
No
Atlanta
way.
does enough things well.
Hell no.
This game does suck because it could have been a game where they could have separated themselves or given them a bigger chance. But who's the Saints? They're garbage.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, you want to say yes, but have they shown any reason why you should? I feel maybe because there's a worse way we're looking at things. We expected Tampa to be great and Atlanta to be shit, even though they're kind of similar right now. Atlanta's playing better, so there's the idea that Atlanta's a better team. They're probably not.
I don't know if the jury's out on
Very
the
equal.
Saints yet. You said they're garbage. It's been Andy Dalton.
It is going to be Andy Dalton.
No, I'm seeing projections now that it's going to be Jameis.
Okay.
That's your boy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Jameis has a fractured spine. And
Spinal.
he hasn't been playing well. So whether he's my boy or not, it's not like it equates to winning football. The Saints, they're on the downhill. I think they're going downhill as well.
All right. Well, anyway, before we get into all of the Week 10 slate, I do want to say that this show is being brought to you in part by the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru dealership right there in Avenel, New Jersey. Got to love those guys. My boy George, Artie, all those dudes. My guy, one of my best friends, Greg, is the manager of Subaru. Go buy yourself a car this winter as I almost said the summer's coming. The winter's coming and the bad weather's coming and all those trucks and cars and even the Subarus are good in the snow. So go check out Richard Lucas Chevrolet in Avenel, New Jersey. Our friends over at the Pickett app. Before we do our leans and our picks today, you got to go over to the Pickett app and see how you're doing. The only way to do that is if you head on over to that app, download that app right now, and use the promo code CHOPSPORTS. Our friends over at Hater Fantasy Sports are doing another contest this week where they're trying to get guys to get on over there and win some merch. So I believe there's a jersey up for sale right now, or not up for sale, up for grabs if you want to go choose the shitty players over at Hater Fantasy Sports. And, of course, our friends down the hall at Lowell's just produced another Fight Factory hoodie for Mr. Tommy D, who was here earlier, actually. He stopped in to pick that up as Tommy D, Wrestling Robber, heading to Wrestle Pro 100 on Saturday. Great episode yesterday, or this morning, technically.
Yep.
The Fight Factory. Go check those guys out over at Pro Wrestling TV. All right. Toomf Anthony, what you done do, bro? You did use the honor system. We thought that you made a pick yesterday on the show, and I just never threw it to Anthony. I was like, oh, you got this. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And I was like, we never went to Toomf Anthony, and Anthony's sitting right the fuck here. How did that happen?
Gotta speak up, bro.
You're right. You have to yell, but
Gotta
hey,
speak up,
my
bro.
pick, my turn. But he did pick the fucking Falcons like I did. So we both lost. Rob and Gooch have picked the Panthers to win the game. Gooch now finds himself just 4 games under 500 heading into this week. This is the depressing part. Rob is trailing me by 3. So it's like that was a 20-game spread for a little while. I felt like
I go in front of the camera.
no, you don't. No, you sit over there. Actually, if you go to settings, right on the bottom, and you just bring up the fucking, you have the webcam right in front of you, Rob cam. But yeah, so Rob is trailing me by 3 games. It's time to create some separation. It's happening this week, and it's starting right now. Lean Friday begins right the hell now with Week 10. The New York Football Giants back in action after their bye. They're taking on the piss poor Houston Texans, who stink out loud. Why am I doing that? Stink out loud for pretty much the entire season. I believe they're 1-7-1. They look like shit. The Giants, you would think that these games are on the schedule so they can start compiling some wins. Gooch, when you look at the spread, the Giants favored by 5 against a bad road Texans team. Is there any reason to believe that the Texans have a shot in this one?
I feel like the Giants should be giving more points.
That's what I was
based on their
thinking
record and the Texans' record and how bad the Texans are on the road and all those things. But I think the Giants' inability to really, I mean, I shouldn't say inability because they aren't bad at things at this point. When you look at the metrics, they're still not great. But I feel like against the run, they could still be had. I've seen teams gash them, and Dameon Pierce, I think he's the real deal. So I think there's going to be room for the Texans in this one to run the football. But there's also going to be a ton of room for the Giants to run the football in this one because the Texans are the worst team against the run in the league, I think. Saquon should eat, and I think Dameon Pierce will do well, but it pains me to pick the Giants, but I'm leaning the Giants in this one just because the Texans suck, and the Giants have shown in the fourth quarter at least that they could really, figure things out. I'm going to go with the Giants coming off a bye. They are coming off a bye, right?
They are.
Yes.
And I am going to ride that too. There's nothing in this world that makes me believe that the Giants will trip up against Houston.
I feel like
am I rooting for it hard? Hell yeah, I am. Hell yeah. Let's go Texans. Hook them. They're not the
I'm curious to know,
but that's their logo, I guess. But what? What's wrong?
The Giants have to be like the heavy public bet.
Have to. I mean, we got Kyle's in the chat. So anyway, Kyle's in the chat, so maybe he'll come back with some of those numbers or analytics. But the Giants have absolutely locked up themselves with a win this week. I just feel like this is this is like a no-brainer to me. Again, can they trip up? They've struggled for the first 3 quarters of football
Jimmy,
games.
I am very, very, very hesitant in this one, and I'm leaning Giants. I did not say I'm picking them.
He doesn't like to say the word pick. I do. I'm okay with that. He's trying to track all his bets for the year, and he doesn't want to make it look shittier than it might be. And maybe it's not. But I don't even know your actual record. Do you? For this year?
I don't have it off the top of my head.
Okay,
no.
But you are tracking it though.
Yes.
All right, cool. But anyway, we're both leaning. I'm picking the Giants to win this game. Rob, how you feeling?
I'm also jumping on the
Giants. Wow,
Giants
trifecta for the Giants. I know that's going to make A5 happy over there. He's a Giants fan.
So
is Nick.
Is in this
game. Say what?
Money's on Houston, so the Giants are sharp.
Money's on Houston.
I don't even know if that makes sense. If what I just said made sense.
But what I don't
drop from 6.5
down to 5.
Yeah, but what? In what world are we looking at the Texans being a competitive team? Did we not see them the other day? They were hot garbage. They got off to the hot start, but then it's just bye-bye.
Yeah, but they covered against the Eagles. So it's we're not talking about them having to win the game.
This game's in New York. That game was in Houston.
Okay. I'm talking about the fact that the Giants are also not the Eagles. Let's be real. And that really doesn't even matter. It's this game matters. The Giants don't really stop the run well. I think it should be higher. The point spread was 6.5, so I guess that's right. But
there you go. Texans have been blown out on the road once all year. So again, maybe that's where they're coming up with this number.
They
lost
have
by
that
3 to
backdoor.
Chicago,
I think they
lost
were
by
getting
7,
their
1
ass
in
beat
Jacksonville.
by the Chargers, and they came back and covered in the backdoor in that game.
I'm not backdooring this one. I think the Giants run away with it.
But the Giants are a much better fourth quarter team. They just haven't really built big leads.
All right, guys. 10 weeks ago, this would have been one of the biggest games to talk about.
I know. The luster's been sucked right out of this one. It is the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Green Bay Packers for the first time in Chop Sports history. My team will be facing Gooch's team. There was a lot of hypotheticals last year, like, ooh, they could meet each other in the playoffs, and what's going to happen? Well, and clear as shit, that didn't happen. But as long as this company's been afloat, we have not faced off. But again, when this was announced on the schedule, it's rah-rah. It's, yeah, let's go. And I said off the rip, that the Cowboys would go into Green Bay and win this game. I also didn't see the Packers kind of packing up their bags before Thanksgiving either. And I'm not saying that they are looking doom and gloom right now. A lot of injuries on the Packers front. The Cowboys being favored by 4.5 in Lambeau Field is almost unheard of. I was weirded out even writing it. Look, Gooch, see, I actually had a plus here, and then I had to scribble it out. It was almost like, wait, is this real? Like the Cowboys favored in Lambeau Field? Are the Packers that bad? If this game was played in Dallas, are you saying that the Cowboys would be touchdown favorites?
Yeah, Dave, the Packers haven't won a game in a month and a half. I mean, yes, that's exactly what we're saying. If the point spread was anything different, it would be alarming, really. I mean, what have you seen out of Green Bay? I know that this is, I think it's their second time in the LaFleur era that they're home dogs, and there's nothing that points towards Green Bay in this game. If you look at all the stats, like they haven't done anything.
Their running game is my biggest fear in this one.
No, their running game isn't even good anymore because they don't use it, so it's irrelevant. That's really what it comes down to. And honestly, everyone says Dallas could be had. They're still 10th in adjusted line yards, defensive line. They're good. They're not necessarily giving up chunk yards, but the home game getting 4.5. I don't know. Everybody's like, "Oh, this looks sharp." That's what Sam is saying. Is it though? Is it
when they say that? What does that mean again?
It means like the public.
They're begging you to take a pack at home.
No, they're begging you to take Dallas.
Really? On the road?
I mean, I don't know that that's what it means. I don't want to articulate it on the spot because it'll be better to have that conversation after.
Okay.
Like for the fucking 1000th time. Right?
What? You getting mad at me? Like I literally don't know what that means.
Just was in my head about how Dallas sucks on the surface. Really, they're just not a good team, and I feel like going into Lambeau in this game is it's a recipe for disaster. Cowboys are gonna fucking get steamrolled.
All right.
No, I have no idea.
You're picking the Packers?
I'm picking the Packers.
Of course you are.
Out of your mind, bro. Why would I pick anybody but the Packers?
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the beloved Dallas Cowboys to get this game done. Listen? The Packers are reeling, right? I mean, they look like shit. But when I look at this game on the surface, it's one of those games where I'm just like,
here's where Dave hedges
I don't want to. What?
You're hedging your bet.
I'm not hedging my bet. I just know how this works.
If you don't win by,
do you not know who Aaron Rodgers is?
If you don't win by 2 scores, you didn't really win at all.
Are you going to have a moral victory Monday?
Absolutely not. I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm
because I sure as hell going to come in here guns blazing if the Cowboys lose this game.
What is this game at 1 or 4?
4:25. It's a vehicle Fox game of the week. But anyway, the Cowboys should absolutely win this game. Yeah, there's no reason they should.
If the Packers lose, I don't care because they get a better draft pick, and if they win,
here we go. You're talking about hedging your bet.
No, I'm being honest.
Being
100% honest.
Zeke is apparently going to play, but apparently a lot of the load's going Tony Pollard's way this week.
All over it.
What?
It's going to be a breeze. 30 degrees at kickoff in Green Bay.
Oh, that's easy. That's like
the Packers
summer
play
day
so good in the cold weather lately. The last 20 years they've been dominant.
We're both trying just so everybody's very aware.
I
hope everybody's very aware. We're both trying to psych ourselves out of this game because it's just not.
No, I'm not.
Listen,
I really dude, I hope the Packers win. Do you want to know why I hope the Packers win?
Because you're a Packer fan?
Because my sister's there.
Tommy's there too?
Yeah.
I hope the Oh, by the way, Cowboys win and happy Veterans Day to you, Tommy, and all the veterans out there.
Also,
Tommy's there.
Tommy probably hopes the Packers win, so he doesn't have to deal with my sister if the Packers
Nobody
lose.
wants to deal with Roxanne. For the last 10 years, I don't want to deal with her as a Packer fan.
I guarantee you, Tommy does not give a shit.
What kind of Cowboy fan is he?
One that is honest about his fanhood. Just one that does not is just
rough.
He's that version of a Cowboy fan. That's it.
I don't like those versions of guy. I do like Tommy, good guy, but I don't like that version of a guy. If we win, it's all right. If we lose, what's our dude? That's like the people in Dallas. I've been to Dallas games where heartbreaking losses, where people see me with my hands in my hands on my face, and they're like, "You okay?"
Other man's fanhood, bro.
Scoop, Packers by 25. All right, bet that, Scoop. Bet your mortgage. Bet. How about this, Scoop? You want that? Then you drive next week when we go see my boy Brett Ernst in Rutherford. How about that? If the Packers win, you drive. If the Cowboys win, you drive. So there you go. You drive anyway. All right. So
Rob is going to take the Packers.
Oh, you're a little homer.
I need to catch you.
What a homer.
This is the game right here. And the Packers can't keep losing. They got to start taking chances. They got to start taking chances.
They've taken too many chances. That's why they're not winning.
Ever since is
that why?
Ever since
Rodgers, it's because Rodgers is throwing too much.
No, ever since he took ayahuasca,
they're taking too many chances.
They've been gone downhill. Ever since he admitted that, they've gone downhill. So
I mean,
get off the drugs, Aaron.
But you guys,
there you go.
That's just not.
There's your recipe for winning. Get off the drugs.
You're making that up, obviously, right? That last statement
about
the ayahuasca.
No, that's true.
I mean, he won an MVP. He took
no. But I mean, like since
he's been out with it. He's been telling people straight up.
Just like that interview came out.
Or because Devontae's gone, and there's a whole bunch of other.
Or the actual analytics.
You probably want to be around a drug addict.
Yeah.
So.
That's fucking hilarious. I love that. Devontae Adams demands trade. Does not like drugs.
0 drug addicts, right? No.
Moving on. What do we got? What's next? Yeah, I know. I saw Bailey said the game has a bad vibe. Absolutely does. We're Cowboys fans. We're used to the hurt. Okay, we get it. It hurts. It sucks.
Sounds soft as shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I sound soft. If we lose, we'll get a better draft pick. If we win, this will be fun. Like that. That's very.
I would love to see what the Packers.
I'm going to start imitating how you sound from now on. I did not say it like that, and it's the reality of the situation. If the Packers lose, if they win, I'm like, all right, cool. You know,
you wouldn't be ecstatic to beat the Cowboys at any given time ever.
At 3-6, I don't think so. I would.
Bullshit, dude. The Cowboys were junk for most of my freaking adult life. There's 3 seasons in a row where they're 5-11. Not 1 ounce of me ever said, well, we'll just get a better draft pick. It just so happens to be a better draft pick.
Does that make you a better fan?
Fuck yeah, it does.
It does not.
Oh, it does.
I promise you, it does not.
If you're out there rooting for draft picks,
I'm not
go run into traffic.
I'm not going to run into traffic. I'm not rooting for
blindfolded.
Anything. I'm not rooting for a draft pick, but if they lose, I don't give a shit because their season is already wrapped up. Why would I give a shit for bragging rights? That to me, I don't give a fuck right now. I'd rather have a higher pick than the Bears or the whoever the fuck we're going up against in the draft.
Guys, imagine Scoop was
if we're not winning a Super Bowl, I don't care. It's Super Bowl or nothing or bust. This season's a wrap.
To some, like to most, I want to win every time they play. Is that wrong? That can't be wrong.
You would make a very bad GM if that's how you operate.
I'm sorry. Last time I checked, I own a sports media company and I'm not a fucking GM, so therefore I can act this way.
I'm just saying, if you were the GM, you better change
when
your.
We buy our pickleball team.
You'd be like, guys, stop.
I'll just be the social media guy for our pickleball team. I'm not doing any GM shit.
All right, Saints Steelers.
Yeah, oh, man. I knew that was gonna. At least look, the game doesn't have a lot of luster, but at least it brought out some of the good perks of this place. What do we got? All right, so the Saints, I did make a pick already. I did a bunch of check marks here. Saints, you said, are trash. They're heading over to Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh, so that, slight edge there. The Saints are actually favored by 1.5. I'll start this one off. I think the Saints take care of business in this one. I think Kamara has a better game. However, I want to say the one bold prediction I'll make right now is that Jaylen Warren gets more carries than Najee Harris on Sunday. I think the tide is turning. I think there's a little bit of a disgruntled Najee Harris right now, and I think that Tomlin really likes Warren, and I think he's going to run the ball a little bit more and probably effectively. But I think the Saints escape this one if Jameis plays.
I'm still waiting for the Kenny Pickett coming out party. This could be a good time for it. Is it weather going to be bad in Pittsburgh this weekend?
This whole weekend's a wash in the tri-state area. It's like a nasty, soapy.
I mean, that's not necessarily a tri-state area. Pittsburgh is far west.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on. But they do.
Pennsylvania's in the tri-state.
It's not.
It's gonna be 39
degrees.
It's just gonna be cloudy, dude. No,
is it
no
not
rain.
New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania?
No, it's in the
Connecticut,
Delaware Valley.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, it's not. PA is in tri-state.
Thanks, buddy.
That's fucked up. I feel like they've been tri-state my whole life.
And furthermore, Pittsburgh is
not even close.
Not even close.
I'm well aware that it's far
like
away from like Philly. I get that. They're like right next to Ohio at this point, right? Am I right on that regard?
Yes.
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 And we're getting a fucking geography lesson now, and
yes,
I am specifically yes. I need that geography lesson. I had no idea.
I think
don't know where Pittsburgh is on a map.
The Saints are shit, and I think every team that plays outside of their division in the NFC South is going to struggle. But that said, Pittsburgh sucks. I'm just going with the home team. Home team getting points. Why are the Saints favored over anybody? I don't know.
TJ Watt back this week.
Oh, really?
Hey, nice little.
That changes my pick.
Hey, he could wreck the game.
Do me a favor. Switch my pick. I'm going to go with the Steelers at home. I did not know about TJ Watt's status. I will go with the Steelers because I think he is a absolute game wrecker. And I thought this one was going to be very, very close. I'll give the lean to the Steelers.
I feel like that's going to be my new thing when I'm doing the lean show. It's just going to be like, this team has because there's so many bad teams. It's just, this team has no business giving anyone points.
Period. Yeah, no.
That's going to be the new thing. That's it.
Everyone's on Steelers.
Everybody's on the Steelers. Yeah, screw that shit. Screw the Saints. Moving
the Rams have no business giving anybody points.
AJ Vasco and Davis flip-flop Frederick. Yes, I am. On that one, I am. I have to. All right. Where are we at? Okay. The LA Rams hosting. Dave, Michigan is also part of the Tri-State. Shut up, Scoop. The LA Rams are hosting the Cardinals. Now, you showed me a clip today that we saw there was a little disgruntled situation happening in Arizona, but I finally got the audio. DeAndre Hopkins hates Kyler Murray.
Everybody
hates him.
Put it this way. Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury hate each other, right? I just watched the body language. You don't even need the audio. Just watch. DeAndre Hopkins is clearly does not like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray doesn't
Where was you looking, bro?
Nobody. Kyler Murray doesn't like anybody telling him anything, period.
Well, that's the Napoleon complex.
You got the coach comes over and he's trying to get, rally the troops, and you got Kyler off to the side turning his back, and he's just not engaged.
Oh, so he's a boo-hoo, just like Baker?
He's a little baby.
I've been saying that.
And Hopkins is like wide open, bro. Like, come on, man. What the fuck are you doing? What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
And then Kingsbury comes over all scared and tries to get everybody together. He says something, but then he walks away and doesn't grab your quarterback by the face mask and say, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm talking to you. Get in the huddle.
They're the same age.
What are we doing? I don't care what it is.
I'm just saying, that's what.
That thing looks like a mess.
Cardinals.
That
They
thing looks like a mess
shipped
over
all this
there.
money to this guy's bank account,
I'm
man.
not sure where I see it, where I've seen this, but I
give me the Rams all day on this one. I know the Rams. The Rams absolutely have to get right.
Dominates Kingsbury,
and not for nothing, but the Rams said there was changes coming. I like that idea because
I don't buy any of that. The Rams still stink too.
Well, we'll see. We'll see this week.
Is
Stafford's been banged up.
This year? Is Hopkins a free agent at the end of the year?
No, not at all.
You think one of them will get out of there?
No, there's no way they can get out of the Murray deal. They just paid him like $300 million.
Hopkins could definitely get out.
We've seen Hopkins
just
get out
and be gone if
that's the new way of the world with these diva superstars. They just complain, they bitch, they moan, they say anti-Semitic shit, and they're shipped out. And they're gone. It's
that's
over.
A stretch.
Nah, they should get rid of Kyrie right now. Anyway,
I'm taking the Cardinals because they need the win.
But so do the Rams.
Yeah, but the Rams are the Rams, and
the Rams are the Rams. The Rams are the defending champions. You're telling me they're this bad?
Yes,
they have to.
They are. It has nothing to do with the defending. This team is piss poor. They don't.
I think they're over it.
They're taking merit away from the Cowboys win.
Stafford may not play.
He's playing.
What do you mean he's playing? Are you sure, Dave?
Yes, he's playing.
Did he clear concussion protocol? Was it yours or was it Facebook's concussion protocol?
Don't worry about whose concussion protocol it was. Dr. Dave says Stafford playing this week. Who the frig is their backup, by the way?
Wolford.
Oh, God.
But he's been there
Give
for
me
a
the Rams
while.
still.
He's been there for a while. And honestly, it's the coaching matchup in this one. McVay dominates Kingsbury. Bad.
Yes. And again, all in on the Rams. So I'm in over there. Where did I put that game?
He missed practice yesterday.
That's fine. It was just Thursday.
He's concussion protocol. He's got
all you have to do is be cleared.
Oh, Dave, think about how you cannot take this stance right now that Stafford should just.
He also wasn't knocked the fuck unconscious on national TV.
Yes, he wasn't knocked unconscious on national TV.
After.
Oh, I didn't.
They didn't put him into concussion protocol until like Wednesday.
Right, it happened after, not in the game.
So that means how's he going to be cleared by Sunday?
You're telling me all the media in the world wouldn't have picked up?
I want to hear about it. What level of a concussion did he have?
I have no fucking idea.
Exactly.
Does it tell you?
Exactly. He doesn't. You don't know.
Quiet over there, bro.
He's probably not going to play. Right.
Stafford goes on Sunday. He's a gamer. The guy's been banged around for his entire life.
On
the football field.
Right.
He has the NFL's fourth worst touchdown to interception ratio.
Well aware. Yeah.
25 interceptions.
The reason why I don't think it matters if Stafford plays or not is because Stafford's been the worst starting quarterback in football this year. That's not Carson Wentz. Right. So for that reason and that reason alone, even if Stafford doesn't play, the guy that's playing in his place can't be much worse. And I think the point spread realizes that.
All right. Moving on to the Miami Fish. The Dolphins coming off a very nice win over the Chicago Bears last week over the whole Justin Fields thing. I'm telling you, the Bears fans are walking around like they won the fucking thing yesterday or last week, but they did not.
1 and 2 Bears over the last 3 are dominant. That's the way they feel.
They really are.
Puffing their chest.
They're puffing their chest out like, look at the future. I'm like, okay, great. But the Dolphins in this one, the Browns, Jacoby Brissett, guess what, buddy? Time's up. You're done after this week. So I think they have their bye next week, and then they come back, and it's the Deshaun Watson masseuse show that inserts there against the Texans. But this is it for Brissett. So if he wants a job ever again, he needs the ball in this game. And the Dolphins, who just let up all this stuff over with the Bears offense, I know it was Justin Fields mostly, and I look at a big game out of Kareem Hunt, Chubb, and then Kareem Hunt in supplement. But the Bears, the Browns, them too, getting 3.5, going over to Miami. I don't know, man. I just feel like this has got a recipe for the Browns. Like they got to play the game of their lives.
Love the over.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of scoring, I believe, too. I did check mark the Dolphins, but the more I look at this, the more I think like Jacoby Brissett on his last go. I'm a gut feeling guy. I feel like I don't know, man. But Tua is a winner. Give me the Dolphins. I'll stick with my original pick. I'm going to take the Dolphins here, 3.5 to cover the number. But Jacoby Brissett plays well enough to maybe get himself a backup job somewhere else.
I mean, you don't think New England will call him?
I think Jacoby Brissett's got himself a backup job right
point.
In Cleveland. Why would he be anywhere else?
He's on a 1-year deal.
They should probably re-sign him because, I mean,
they probably will.
That makes the most sense. He knows the system. I think Jacoby Brissett's done enough. He's never going to be a starter that they're picking and be like, hey, we're going to bring him in to start for the next 5 years. But Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, but a lot of people said that about Geno.
Well, Jacoby Brissett and Geno are two different things. I think Jacoby Brissett was never really the pedigree that Geno had coming into the league. And Geno's a way better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett. That
Browns were on a bye last week. All right, so I'm sorry. The next week they're playing the Texans. Sue me, Sam.
He's done enough. He's done enough in this league that I think to guarantee that he's going to at least stick around for a while as a backup, most likely in Cleveland. All that aside, forget it being his last game. I just think the Dolphins' offense is too
Is it
good.
his last game now? Then they have the bye. I'm thinking it's not.
The Dolphins' offense is too good, and the thing
Stupid.
about the Dolphins' defense is that they stop the run well, but they don't really do well against running quarterbacks. Jacoby Brissett's not a running quarterback. If you look what Chicago did to them, if you look what Josh Allen did to them, you look what Lamar did to them.
All right, it's not Jacoby's last game. Next week's last game. Get the Bills. So this is your opportunity now. Okay.
So regardless of that, the running game situation in Cleveland is what their bread and butter is. Miami stops the running game pretty well outside of the rushing quarterbacks. So for that reason, I just think that they're going to have a tough time moving the ball against Miami's defense if Jacoby Brissett can't throw it, and I don't think he can.
Scoop just got canceled. Hawaii Mike saying if we assume that Watson really is a predator, Brissett will be starting in Cleveland soon enough. So that's his assumption that if there's any more cases, then maybe this Watson thing doesn't pan out. I'm still laughing at myself.
Is everybody taking the Dolphins?
I'm with the Dolphins on this one. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins.
You over there?
Yep, Finn Friday.
All right, there it is. Finn Friday. I like it. The Jaguars and the Chiefs, ladies and gentlemen. The Jaguars going on the road to the Chiefs' kingdom. This one is an absolute no-brainer to me. I understand that the Jaguars can somehow, some way put up some points. We've seen it in the past against Philly and a couple other teams, and they were kind of right there with – they came all the way back and beat the Raiders last week, but the Raiders are turning out to be a real bad football team. The Chiefs at home are a different animal. I think they blow the doors off this game. And like I said, I was hesitant on like writing off Trevor Lawrence, but I'm just not seeing enough. And maybe there is some more, and you can get him another receiver outside of Christian Kirk. I don't know, but the Chiefs to me will roll in this one. I don't know. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I like the Jaguars here because I feel like the Chiefs have been given more points than this to other teams at home that are probably not considered to be as bad as the Jaguars.
And the Jaguars have not lost by one score all season, so there's a nice little nugget of stat there.
Yeah, I'm all over Jacksonville on this one. I think that this is a perfect case of Kansas City. Everyone thinks that 9.5 is so easy. 10 points is all they got to do. That's exactly where your mind went, right?
I think they win by, if this spread was 14, I would still probably take the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to smash the Christ out of them.
That's the thing. It's not 14. I would be more likely to take them if it was 14 because then I would be like, all right, they're going to beat the piss out of them. They can't make this point spread high enough. Right now, they're trying to make it just low enough for everybody to take it, and I'm not going to fall victim to that or to Trap's trap, which I know that the Sauce Network is big on those, and Beaver smells those a mile away.
Beavers have a very heightened smell.
Yeah, and
I don't know about that being facts.
Avoiding being trapped.
All right, well, I'm in on the Chiefs. You're in on the Jaguars. How you split the difference, Rob?
I think 9.5 is too much, man.
All right, go ahead. I'll be the only one winning this game. That's fine. Anyway, moving on. There's another. This one's to me again. Not much thought goes into this one for me. The Broncos have been playing very bad football. They're a very bad team. I know they won in London. They had their week off. They have a week off last week, or they just won their game in London. I don't know. Whatever the case, the Broncos look like shit. The Titans are finally establishing the run, whether it be Tannehill or Willis. I think Tannehill has to get back for this one. I've not read the injury report, but I'm in on the Titans on this one. I'm doubling down on the Titans on this one. I have a check mark here, and I'm still with it. Give me the Titans at home -3. This one's got push written all over it. I don't know why. Maybe a fat guy Randy Bullock field goal, pushes this one, but I'm going to take the Titans. The Broncos haven't done anything for me to think they can go on the road and win in Tennessee or even keep it close. Their offense is porous.
If it's Malik Willis, I don't know, man. Like, how are they? Oh, this is a difficult game. I'm going to go with Denver just because Dave's going with Titans.
Oh, okay. It's like that. All right.
Good. Honestly, I haven't looked
there.
at this whatsoever. I know Derrick Henry's a beast, and he's even doing best in the league when there's a stacked box. I don't know where I saw that stat, but I did see a stat that Derrick Henry has like 200 more yards than the next back in the league when facing a 9-man front or an 8-man front. I don't know how else they're going to be able to do anything other than running the football if Malik Willis is playing, but Denver has looked so bad. Jerry Jeudy's back. Is Jerry Jeudy healthy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Right? I'm going to go with Denver. I'm just gonna ride with Denver in this one. The point spread is fishy to me. Only 3, as bad as Denver's.
Broncos are 3-1 as dogs this year, so therefore they're looking to go 4-1. Rob, split the difference.
We're gonna go with Tennessee, baby.
All right,
I don't
Tennessee.
So Tannehill had a full practice according to Hawaii.
Welcome back, Tannehill. All right, another barn burner coming up. The Chicago Bears, who are coming off a moral victory last week as they dropped one to the Dolphins, but this time they're back home. They're favored by 3 against the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions coming off a very emotional win against Green Bay at home. To me, I think the Lions haven't done enough for me to think that they can stop Justin Fields. Justin Fields had a field day, no pun, last week with the Dolphins. The Lions are one of the worst defenses in football. Therefore, you can puff your chest out this week, Bears fans. I think you actually get a win. One more week of Chase Claypool, one more week of Mooney being not so the focal point of the receiving game. Cole Kmet got involved last week. Justin Fields is on a tear. Give me the Bears in this one. Double down. Go ahead. What do you got?
The Bears are worse on defense than the Lions are, and they just lost 2 of their best defensive players, arguably 2 of the better defensive players in the NFL. So I think eventually that's going to wear on them. You didn't really see too much of a wear on them last week. What did the Bears give up? 35? Yeah, you did. Never mind. They gave up 35 to the Dolphins.
To Tua.
Yeah.
And Tyreek Hill.
I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is getting back fully healthy. The Bears, while they're putting up a ton of points, 94 points over the last 3, they're still not stopping anybody. Dallas dropped 45, 49, 42. Yeah, I'm not sold on the Bears at all. I think that the fact that they're 1-2 and their fans are celebrating is an embarrassment to fanhood, and I'll say that because you should not be celebrating being 1-2. You should be talking like me and hoping for a better draft pick, like a real person. And
like for
that reason, I'm going to pick the Lions, even though they just beat the shit out of the Packers. At least I don't hate them as much as they hate.
Do you consider that a beat the shit out of the Packers?
I do. Yeah.
The game should have been way far gone with all the picks that Rodgers was throwing, and they won by like 7.
They beat the shit out of the Packers.
Not beat the brakes like the Jets did.
Rob's back. I'm with the Bears on this one. He's with the Lions. Split the difference.
You're
on the Bears. All right. This is going to be a little bit of a different look to the standings next week, my friend.
Rob's going to be in.
Well, I'm saying me and Gooch are 3 games separated because I could talk. But there's a lot of differentials in the picks this week. All right. Interesting. Vikings Bills story about this one. Josh Allen, right? Sean McDermott has actually went on record and said that this is an hour by hour situation. No longer day by day, hour by hour. All signs for me, just based off of everything that I've read and everything I've seen, I don't think Josh Allen goes in this game. I really don't. I think this is one of those like, get right, bro. We need you for the back 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the situation. Now, look at the standings, right? Both of these teams are in first place right now. The Bills have a couple other extra teams on their heels than the Vikings do. But at the end of the day, when the tiebreakers are all starting to come together and people are worried about this, guess what? Out of conference games don't mean dick. So this is a good spot for Josh Allen to sit down and rest. For that reason, I'm going to take Kirk Cousins and the Vikings plus the 3.5 on the road. Reason why I'm doing that is because I feel like after last week's really high emotional win for the Vikings where they're all excited, they're dancing, they're doing the plane thing, you cannot follow that up with a bad loss to the Bills, especially if Josh Allen doesn't go. Give me the Vikings.
You absolutely can follow that up with a bad loss on the road in Buffalo. Are you kidding me?
Against Case Keenum?
Kirk Cousins shrinks
against Case Keenum?
I don't give a shit. Case Keenum, I'll say this. Case Keenum, I'm not a fan of him. I hate the Vikings. He did all that with Minnesota. But that guy's a gamer. He rises to the occasion in big spots. You know who fails in big spots?
Kirk Cousins. This is not game is not in prime time.
I don't see Minnesota.
1 o'clock, Kirky.
Minnesota hasn't beaten a good team yet this year, right? They've played a bunch of trash. They lost to the Eagles badly, and they're going to see another defense that's as good as the Eagles defense. They're going to lose again badly on the road. Case Keenum and Stephon Diggs got that connection. I think it's just going to be just fine in Buffalo, and Minnesota's defense is pathetic still. So while I understand that they're a really good football team and they're going to be there, they're going to probably be in the playoffs and be what the Packers were last year, a really good team, and get bounced in the first round because their defense is shit, and Buffalo is going to expose that.
Back to you, Dave. No, so you're in on the Buffalo Bills.
All that, no, I'm going to pick the Vikings. The fuck? Yes, Buffalo. Definitely
all
the
right,
Bills.
We're separated again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's either going to be me in first or me in dead last at the end of this week. Split the difference, Rob.
As a Jet fan, I need the Vikings to win.
But do you think that's the way it's playing out?
Yeah, because I need Josh Allen to sit a week and sit another week because we get them again coming up. It's either next week or the week
he's playing the Jets.
So
he's playing the Jets. There's no way he's missing that shit.
Yes,
he's not missing the
that's why
opportunity.
I think they're letting him sit because I think they have Miami again too coming up. So they got to let him sit and rest his elbow. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if he's healthy enough to play, he's playing.
I agree.
This week, you mean?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, of course.
But I don't think he is.
Yeah.
He's playing.
I don't think he's that healthy. I think there's a lot of
a
lot of speculation. Case Keenum has taken reps with the ones all week. So if that was the case, he would at least get limited in practice. He has just not done shit.
Well, no.
And I'm not saying Josh Allen needs practice. I'm saying
exactly. If Josh Allen on Sunday is ready to go, practice is irrelevant. This defense of Minnesota sucks anyway. He could probably do that in his sleep. If he's healthy, he's playing.
Okie dokie.
I don't know if he's healthy though, but I don't know that he's not.
Also, the Vikings, is Hawkinson playing this week for them?
Yeah, he played last week too.
But did he do any good for them?
I have 40 yards.
Yeah, no.
Decent little debut.
Another week in the offense.
Nothing big. This next one's being played in Munich, Germany. For whatever reason. Again, I don't think these are any fun.
Why?
I know this is just so stupid. These international games are so dumb. I get it, money. I get it, international fan base. But guess what? That's why they go out there on Monday. So they get out there real early. Even last week,
the Packers
fly right there.
The Packers getting a home game.
This was at 9:30 in the morning.
Started this entire thing.
I was just gonna say.
What? Say that again.
Packers getting that road game, home game in London started this entire thing.
The losses, you mean? Yeah, I believe, bro. I believe it does that. So the Thursday night games too, bro.
I blame fucking London.
This is Munich, Germany.
No, the Packers suck. It has nothing to do with it.
It's the Germans, okay? It's the Germans. But I will say this. First of all, NFL Network, I typically like your Good Morning Football show. I really do. I think everybody's really talented over there. But a little cringeworthy on the Munich, Germany shit. Everybody's like, he's like, Flugen, Schneivenhausen, and they're like having beers and shit and pretzels and Wiener Schnitzels and all this other shit. It's like, all right, we get it. We get you. Okay, well, you're a tourist. Okay, I understand.
What time is this game being played?
9:30 in the morning.
But what time is it being played in Germany?
You're the geography buff. Go ahead. What time's the times?
I'd say probably like
I have no idea. 5 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So it's a 4 o'clock game.
4 o'clock, like Daddy said over here. You heard me.
So
4 o'clock.
Like Daddy said.
4 o'clock.
4
Get
o'clock.
the fans out there.
I know that there's a crazy.
First of all,
there's like a
in what world?
crazy
First
stat.
of all, what world do we live in where 5 hours ahead of 9:30 is not? It's 2 o'clock, guys. This guy's like, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. All right, that's just 7. But anyway,
why would they put it on at 2 though? Who does that? That's not.
Say 4.
No, he did. Daddy did over here.
Follow American. If you're gonna follow American principle, start at 1 or 4.
The
Not 2. What's
Seahawks are like 21-0 or something insane
What?
when they travel east for a 1
It's the
o'clock
12s,
game,
baby.
right?
And now they're going far east.
No. Like it's like the team
East, right?
when a West Coast team travels to the East Coast and plays in the 1 o'clock slate.
Right.
Usually it's a disadvantage. In the Seahawks case, it's not. They like dominate. They deal with traveling better than any team in football. Pete Carroll, for whatever reason, he just has these guys figured out. I'm all over the Seahawks in this one.
And we're all wrong, by the
Based
way.
on
It's
their
6
travel-
hours. Munich is 6 hours different.
Based on their
Game's at
travel
3:30.
plans. Based on their travel plans. I guarantee you it was Hawaii Mike.
Oh,
Without even
you
fucking
damn right.
looking at the comments, guaranteed it was Hawaii Mike.
Actually, it's a perimeter of 6 hours. Yeah, I know. It's.
Was 5 hours before we got daylight savings.
Oh, bang, right there. Asked you with the downtown 3 ball. Got it.
I said
Pete Carroll's got
She's
this
right.
team
You're
figured it
wrong,
out.
Mike.
They know how to do the plane
I
thing.
know.
The plane thing. That's why Russ sucks on the plane because he wasn't allowed to do anything. And Pete Carroll,
Russ sucks on the plane, and there's snakes all over it. So anyway, how about we pick this
Mike.
game?
We appreciate it.
How about we pick this
I
game?
just picked it.
What do you got?
I picked Seattle.
Give me the 12s. Give me the Seattle Seahawks too.
Did you just literally wait until I picked and then pick?
That's what happened. I think.
Were you picking them?
Dog. Right here.
All right, good,
Check mark.
good.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
That's
All
correct.
right,
I was
what you
gonna
One
say,
thing he
over
says
here.
all day.
Mr. Honor System over here actually took a loss, so and now forever I'll just think like he's so trustworthy. I cannot not trust him anymore. So that I know your game, dude.
Listen,
I'm well
the
aware.
Bucks need this game just as much as everybody else in that division.
Well, do they though? That's the thing. They lose this, they're still in try for first place. So it's like they can not. I'm not saying just go take the L. I'm just saying Seattle has to keep up because watch out for the 49ers. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. Just watch out for the 49ers in the second half of the year. I like the Niners.
Defense. Oof. I feel so bad for the 49ers defense right now because they're supposed to be what's carrying them. Those injuries just keep piling up.
You are both going with
Dallas. There's no better time, guys.
Dallas.
There's no better time.
I think the Bucks win because I watched NBA Donahue
Dave's a crook.
documentary,
What'd I
and
do?
holy hell, that
think
Tom
it's 'cause
Brady
he
is
stole my
playing, and
Seattle
they
pick.
want Germany to watch. So Buccaneers.
I just took all your information. I was like, oh, that was really good. I'm gonna go with this guy. That's where I'm at. Look at that, off camera and everything for the chuggage.
Jeez.
Sheesh.
Last one of the day.
So anyway, I'm the charge. This is the Sunday night affair. We're just talking about the 49ers. The Chargers taking on the Niners in Santa Clara. This one's in on a 8:20 start, right? We're all aware that it's 8:20 on the East, 5:20 on the West. That's
6
how it
hours
works.
in Germany.
No-
So it'd be like 3 in the morning.
Right. So does that suck or what? Think about that.
No, we can.
Yeah, bro.
8:20 games for them start at 2 in the morning.
Better be at
So
the
why
bar.
are you even attempting to get a fan base? What fucking lunatic is staying up and watching a football game at 2?
You wouldn't
A lot
date
of-
if the
a lot
Cowboys
of them,
wanted
bro.
to?
Of course I would, but I'm in America. So I'm just like, oh, I got to do that this one time. Okay, that's
This
like
is-
when
this
UFC
is-
is
this
really
just-
early. I'm like,
this
all right,
is
I'll watch it.
just Like how do soccer fans watch for like
That's a good
I
point.
know a bunch
But
of
that's
people
their
that-
local time.
No, Dave, stop what you're saying now. Like Scoop watches
Oh.
soccer, right?
Yeah.
And the soccer is played in Germany for that matter.
Sure. He's not getting up at 2 in the morning and watch a game.
Bro, that's how people, if you're a fan, that's how you operate.
Yeah.
Right?
A
Because
lot of people do
Dave,
that.
that's the word fakest fan I ever fucking
What are you even saying
Fake
right now?
ass fan.
Bro, if the you kicked the camera now. I'm on
son of
screen
a
now. You
bitch.
just fucked it
What's
all
going
up.
on,
Turn it over a
everybody?
little bit. Turn it up.
Welcome to the Chop
Yeah,
Sports.
right there.
Hey, we're
right there,
back.
right there,
Hi.
right there,
All
right
right.
there.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're all right.
That's okay.
Yeah,
There's last game. Last game.
Now you're off.
I mean, he just moved.
All
So,
right.
This show has gone off the rails as we get to the last game. It's all good. Don't worry
I
about
know,
it.
me
It was so
too.
funny that he just was like, ha! And he just kicked the camera and everything.
What did I
falls over.
say?
I don't even know.
Haha, I'm funny.
All right.
That's what it was?
49ers, Chargers.
Wait a minute. Time out. Scoop saying that the World Cup will be on at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
It's in America. Why are we doing
It's
this?
in Qatar.
Do we not have American World Cup this year?
No, they all went to one place.
That was 2026, dude. Anyway, if anybody is going out, so the Friday after Thanksgiving, America plays at 2 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Friday after Thanksgiving, America plays at 2
Nobody
o'clock.
gives a shit.
Mojo will be at listen.
Mojo Rob on the
Mojo will
mic.
be at Green Rock, Texas, Arizona with the open tab. Come hang out. Rob will take care of you on Mojo and Chop Sports. Come hang out with us.
And Chop. Well,
The day
fuck
after.
that shit.
I'm
No
part of
way.
Chop Sports, bro. Yes.
No. You can plug Chop Sports. We ain't paying for shit.
No.
So the
I said
49ers are
part.
giving
We're
7.
We're part.
Dave is high. Yes,
I will
I'm
speak to you
sorry.
afterwards.
Is Dave high?
Yes, I'm on a Hallowoosa.
100%.
What is
I
that
have
shit
one.
that Rogers is on?
Ayahuasca.
That too. I'm on all sorts of
Ayahuasca.
drugs here.
49ers -7 at home against the Chargers.
I wrote down, or I check marked here, and I'm probably going to double down on this. The Chargers, they got to get it right, man. Eventually, no. Like the Niners now losing another piece of their defense. Justin Herbert is not him, huh? Right? He is him. He is not him.
This year.
Right. And,
I mean, yes,
to me, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. There's got to be a way for him to come back and do something. And while I think you said it on the Mojo Market report that the Chargers protect the quarterback well.
Yeah,
right.
Really good
And-
offensive line.
right,
San
so-
Francisco's reeling on their back end. I like the Chargers in this spot. Why are the 49ers giving 7? I don't know why.
I don't know. I'm with the Chargers here, plus
Yeah.
the 7. I think
I
unless,
like LA.
if
at
for
first
whatever
glance.
reason, and I'll just go on record and say this, if for whatever reason the Chargers get the doors blown off them here, then just write off the Chargers for this year, man. It's like it's just forget it. Forget
they're 5-3.
No, I'm talking about like being contenders down the road. Like, sure, they'll be a playoff team. Sure, they might win the West. But, dude, you cannot keep losing this way. You just can't.
But they don't have Mike Williams or Keenan Allen.
I'm well aware
So
of the
if they
injury
get
report.
in 3 weeks, if they're 5-6 even, and they get those 2 guys back, they're the AFC. They could still get in.
But even when they had Mike
They're not
Williams in the
gonna be
lineup,
5-6
they weren't really
either, by
they
the
weren't
way.
really impressing me or anybody.
But they haven't had their guys back all together healthy since week 1, week
Yeah.
2. Keenan Allen's been out of the lineup, in and out of the lineup all year. And even when he's been playing, he's not been healthy. You got to, that's a big loss.
How's
Keenan Allen's a
is the
stud.
Niners defense all back? The front four is back.
the front
their-
four is
their
back, but their
front-
back nine is back
But
nine.
their,
Listen to me.
their
Their back,
secondary
their
is
secondary is
beat up,
bad.
beat up really
Bro,
bad.
Jason Verrett just tore his Achilles at practice yesterday.
They
That's
got 2 of their
rough.
starting corners are out for the year with season-ending injuries in the last 3 weeks.
Thank
So,
you, Kyle. I knew it. See, Kyle backs me up here. Says he's talking about Qatar Beach, just north of Keensburg. Nice little Jersey beach town. There you
Yeah,
go. See, I
very
was
clean,
talking about
very
New
clean,
Jersey
very
the entire time. I just figured.
Never
it was
been
it.
to Keensburg Beach, I'll tell you. Breathe
Actually,
that,
I
breathe
grew
that
up.
air in.
I grew up since we did share something on the story today about your Voss 5 soap. I wanted to do a throwback like VO5, and you said I'm poor. It's Voss 5. My mother would take me to the Keensburg Boardwalk, and I thought that was
Why
like
did you just quotate the
because
Kingsburg
it's
boardwalk? Dave?
asphalt. First of all, it's not actual board, and secondly,
No boardwalk is board.
I picked the
Beautiful.
49ers.
what are you talking about? They're all fucking wood.
I picked the 49ers.
I
Now,
picked the
I'm
Chargers.
switching.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're
Yeah.
changing? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta update that.
I got the Chargers plus the 7. But no, what I'm saying is it was just a piss poor boardwalk and the water park. I've gotten multiple concussions.
I've never been to the water park in my life, not once.
I was there when
I
they
won
first-
a carton of cigarettes when I was like 13 years old. At the Kingsburg
They don't,
Boardwalk.
anybody could have done anymore.
Bro, they had a
Right?
game.
I'm not even kidding.
I
they
believe
had-
you.
I was
I
like
believe you.
spinning the wheel, and I won a
What do
carton
you
of
want?
cigarettes.
Can you
I
want
gave
an
I gave
elephant?
it to
I'm
my
like, can I get the
I gave it to my
Marlboro?
aunt Barbara. Everybody's got an Aunt Barbara, right?
I have two.
Two.
Aunt
There you go.
Barbara.
Two Aunt Barbs.
Barbara.
I don't
One
have
lives
an Aunt
in the
Barbara.
Bronx and one lives
I have
in
an Aunt
Vegas
Janice.
now.
Those names, we discussed this before, of like dead names that will not
Why
be
are they
used
dead,
anymore
dude?
going forward. Not dead like that. I'm saying like names that won't be used, like Rita and Jan. By the way, I have an Aunt Rita and an Aunt Janice. I don't think that like when you have a kid in your
I
hands,
think
and you're
Rita
like,
is
look
not-
at you,
Rita will be back.
Like I don't. You think it comes back? I brought back Stella, and the world came back and brought back Stella. So
I don't think
I'm
Rita's
fully
gone.
responsible
I don't
for
think
bringing back
Rita's-
Stella.
I
by
don't
the
think
way.
Rita's gone at all.
Janice.
Rita's like not in the
Janice
First
is
of all,
good?
the
Italian.
death of
Barbara?
death of Rita on Dexter is probably one of the worst episodes of any show. Like,
I
there's-
don't watch Dexter.
When you said
But,
Oh
Rita,
my
I
God.
immediately thought of
yeah, I don't watch.
You didn't watch
Dexter.
Dexter?
I watched
Mm-mm.
Dexter, of course I did.
No.
That was a
I'm not watching a new one.
I'm waiting for the next season of You to come out.
Lithgow, the Trinity
Yeah.
Killer.
That's that shit.
Scoop
That's-
just bought back OJ. He's right about that's an old
this
name.
is true.
say something so I can record you.
What?
What? The show's over.
That's what's happening. It's so rude. That's like
social
say
media.
something stupid.
I need something good. You guys were just talking about Dexter.
That's good.
I feel
Those are the picks, ladies and gentlemen,
feel
for
like-
the week 10 slot. What's up, Rob? You got something?
Yeah, just how good the Jets secondary is.
I mean,
That
they're
should be
off
ta-
this
That should be
week.
talked about every day, just so you know.
Rita was cock blocking Dexter. I was glad to see her go.
No, who said that?
Kyle.
Who would say that?
That's right. I don't know what he's talking
And that
about,
bitch,
but it
that
feels
other girl
funny.
was a psychopath too.
Off the rails.
She was
yes.
also a Dexter type.
I love that show. That show was good.
Ooh, it
Really
got
good.
so bad at the end though.
Yeah, 'cause they
Most
couldn't
of
figure out
the
what to
shows
do.
do.
The worst
It's almost like
character
they run out of ideas and they
by
just throw shit
far
together.
on that show was his annoying ass sister, Deb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another one, Deb.
Weren't they
Debbie.
dating in real life too?
There's a baby girl born one day. You grab her, and you're like, "Hi, Debbie." Like
I have an Aunt
Deborah,
Debbie.
maybe. Yeah, Deborah's there.
surprise, surprise, motherfucker! Large
Bro,
fries,
Can I tell
motherfucker.
you that all day yesterday, bro? The only thing I'm thinking about is the fucking thing you is the thing you sent me of the point of view of the last fucking
The last Pringle.
Oh, with the hands in
Just
it.
the fucking two fingers, just kind of trying to get it. Oh shit! Oh,
I'm trying to
man.
find this Odell video.
No, don't. We're not talking about the Odell video. All right,
Yeah.
we'll talk about the Odell video. A little video surfacing right now on the old TikTok. If this is true, listen, I'm never gonna.
True.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
wait
question.
till you see it.
Wait till you
You're
see
gonna
it.
think
It's pretty brutal. And by when I say brutal, you know, people, you can do whatever you want. I'm never gonna
That's
tell you
what
what
I'm
to
saying.
do.
What do we even? What do we?
I'm just
even-
saying it's
we-
little alarming that you could do that kind of thing in a club. I've been to plenty of clubs in my day. Never did none of that stuff.
You never blew anybody in a
No,
club?
I
Is that
never-
what you're trying to say, Dave?
Not on camera.
Yeah, right. At least make it in the bathroom. My God, hide yourself, you weirdo.
Oh man, oh man.
All right.
Hi, mom.
So it's time to get out of here on a Friday. I had a fun one. This was a fun one. Hopefully all my picks hit. That would be great.
Pass that to him.
Say what?
Pass the phone.
All right, yeah. So here it is. Oh, here we go. So here's the video.
You might have to watch it a couple times.
Just
but-
watch where he comes from. This is one more time. I know this is like horrible for the viewer,
You
but
hear,
like,
you hear Diddy saying, "Oh,"
No,
talking to Odell.
he's saying
Well,
no.
you're crazy.
Yeah, here's your.
No, I don't think that
Justin.
Justin Bieber was blowing Odell Beckham in a room full of people
Was he
on
tying
New
his
Year's Eve.
shoes? They're in, you don't remember. It's not a room full of people. When
Is he
you're, with
tying
Diddy,
his
when you're
shoes?
with Diddy and those guys, you're not near anybody, dude. You're in your own.
Sounds like there's a
section.
bunch of people.
Yeah,
Of
it sounds
course,
like it's
well,
a
they're in
party.
a club. They're in a club.
All
but
right.
Those guys aren't
Well,
near anybody.
With that being said, ladies and germs, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. We'll be back here on Monday. Again, programming note, Mondays and Fridays on this show. while we get geared up for a lot of other cool things. But if you want, go check out Mojo. That's where you can see me and Chris each and every morning over on the Mojo YouTube channel, mojo.com. Download the app. Start investing now. It's a very fun app. It's a very interesting app on how much money you can make so fast, because like if you had Desmond Ridder and you put like $5 on him last night, all of a sudden it went to like 8 and you didn't have to do shit. It just, the stock rose. So it's very interesting to how people could play that market. I know if I've made some money. What up?
Kyle has a heater coming.
Purdue is beating Illinois tomorrow straight up.
Money line.
Boiler makers
And
plus 205.
Adesanya by decision. I agree with
Oh,
that. one,
UFC.
Scoop. And I think Dustin Poirier is going to knock Michael Chandler the
Really?
fuck
Is that the
out.
dork you don't like, Chandler? Or is it
Yes.
Dustin?
I love Dustin Poirier.
Early
Okay.
or they go a little bit?
I think he's going to spark him up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting. Gonna be a good fight.
Chandler hasn't beaten
UFC
anybody.
back at the Garden this week. So that's
Bill Boas
interesting.
would've knew about that.
Bro, ticket. I still heard commercials yesterday saying tickets on sale.
Also,
are they
if
hurting?
anybody thinks that Frankie Edgar is going to do well in his final fight, he's not. Fade Frankie Edgar. He's going to get his
That's tomorrow
shit
too?
beat
I don't
out
want
of
to
him.
hear it. I don't want to hear it. Go get him, Frankie.
I'm just saying.
Do it for
he's
New
on the card
Jersey.
tomorrow?
Do
Yeah,
it for
the kid
Tom's
that- the
River.
kid that
Do it
Frankie's
for
fighting
everybody.
is legit and he's good.
Yeah, I
He's
know,
up
he's
and
a killer.
coming, and I almost am surprised that the UFC is doing this to Frankie because I think this kid's good.
Sean Redden coming in with a heater.
LSU minus 3.5 over Arkansas is my give a limb game. So I guess he's giving some kind of limb in order for this one. Okay. UFC at the Garden means judges are fucking something up, according to Mike. And go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Guys, check me,
LSU.
David Tommy out Saturday, Broadway.
Yes, Rawway 100. Wrestle Pro 100 goes down this Saturday. We had Sean Donovan in here studio yesterday. We had a really good conversation. And remember that time, Ash, when you came in here and said it was toasty? I feel like I'm dying right now. It is definitely a lot hotter, and we have the window open and everything.
It was
So
nice.
let's get the hell out of here, right? So enjoy the weekend, enjoy the football, enjoy the UFC. Come on out to Rawway, hang out. We'll see you guys back here on Monday.